What is some basic knowledge that a scary amount of people do not know? Clean the dryer vent. Change furnace filter regularly. Antibiotics only work on bacteria. Colds are viral infections. You need to leave room between you and the car in front of you when driving. Babies below 6 months shouldn't drink water. It can be used to understand that. A lot of people claiming he has been released because no real evidence against him. Who knew there were so many experts on pre-trial detention practices of the Romanian judicial system on Reddit? The judge doesn't see him as a flight risk or a threat to the community. We do a similar thing in America, except you usually have to pay bail sometimes. Or you can be paired with the promise that you will go to your court date. This thread is so funny. Tate fans boys versus the Reddit hive mind. I think they've just determined that he's not a flight risk at this point. Nothing more sinister than that. Who's Andrew Tate? Real alpha males don't look to a talking potato head for life tips. Single straight women of the world. Test your dates by gauging their thoughts on Andrew Tate. Easiest way to find out if someone is a fucking psycho. ITT a bunch of idiots saying oh well they must not have a ton of evidence on him, as if that's how releasing someone from house arrest before their trial works at all. I don't even know who he is. He is a human trafficker, end of story. He himself admitted that he is in his older videos. It requires a tiny amount of research to recognize that it is as textbook human trafficking as it can get. In the United States we keep people jailed way more than the rest of the world. It would only be unusual if this happened in the United States. Beach, he's in Romania, not Murica. Let's remind ourselves of some basic information about Andrew and Tristan. They opened a webcam modeling business that made over $500,000 per month in profit. They're also stakeholders in 15 Romanian casinos that generate $1 million in monthly revenue. It's similar to being out on bail. They don't see him as a flight risk anymore. Because they have the evidence they need, and there is no chance for him to tamper with it. Because it's not the us. The mildest possible method is used. Because the justice's system of Western societies is built upon the principle of innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. If he's been determined to not be a flight risk, then he is given as much freedom as possible. Well, in the United States you can post bond and be free until trial. So I'm assuming Romania also has some system where you're free until proven guilty. Reddit is an echo chamber of the left. All the negatives are just proof of that. If you were really against human trafficking, you'd go watch Sound of Freedom. But you're so brainwashed that it's obvious you'll find a way to hate on that too. Tears of joy. I should have run when my ex-boyfriend would have his podcast YouTube on when I arrived at his house, most times rolling on the floor laughing. No wonder. He is out here brainwashing these young men. So sad. Well, first of all, you're wrong. Get your facts straight. There is no evidence against him. The supposed victims came forward and said he did nothing wrong to them. Y'all are the minority. Y'all just cry the loudest. TVU. Stay controlled. What will you be upset about next week? Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. Andrew Tate is a living legend. A real man. Not cis Y-boys like the ones talking bad about him. We need more like him in this modern feminine world. He is innocent, he's clearly been framed. If you can't see that, then you're really dumb. POS has a ton of incel ... Used it to get out. That's all it takes. No secret. No big mystery. No, he'll run around doing the crybaby victim dance all while scream how alpha he is. LMAO. El Bozo. Who? Because it's cheaper to keep him in the country and let the dumb cunt use his own money to pay for food. But didn't the women come up and say that he did not traffic or force them to do anything that they didn't want? Not really on either side here, but as a bystander who sees pro-Tate content as well as anti-Tate content on my thread, I'm kind of rooting for him to be innocent just so I can see how the anti-Tates react to being wrong after being such entitled, angry, hateful little gargoyles. LMAO. All the downvoted comments stray the ones with the explanation. I swear it's like groupthink. But mental illness. There isn't one piece of evidence against him that's been made public whatsoever. I know it's hip to hate the man, but everyone here is acting like they saw him trafficking women. Even using the term sex trafficking is a stretch for the crimes he's being accused of. Anyone who wants to downvote, please point me in the direction of any evidence, because all I've seen is the girl there claiming he sex trafficked, saying that she was in fact not sex trafficked and that Andrew is innocent. Give him enough rope and he will hang himself. I do wonder if giving him a little freedom if he will do bad things again. Funniest part about this thread is nobody really knows what's going at all. Pretty much a bunch of bashing and trashing Tate. This is how you all spend your day. Lemfow. The FXCKWHYYYTHOOO. This is how predators get amped back up. Woman facepalming medium skin tone. 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 Money. Yet the one that accused him are walking free after they were caught lying. Kinda hard to believe what's what. Money. Innocent until proven guilty. Not the other way around. Whatever evidence they have must be inconclusive. People want Tate to be guilty so bad. From day one of the arrest till now, and nobody wants to admit they were wrong. One of my middle school boys mentioned him, and I told him it was not okay to talk about him. Because he's a criminal. I was trying to nip that in bud. Show evidence. As a girl, I much prefer a man like Tate than a soyboy Glee character. Tate is so right, tears of joy. I'm looking at all these comments and they're filled with gamers and comic nerds. No wonder you hate this man when your reality is so depressing. Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing. Touch some grass, my people. Because the evidence against him is fake and they know it. Y'all can say sorry to him for hating on him, lying, you low value boys. There is no evidence. They charged him with kidnapping and trafficking, but what the prosecutors are saying is that he forced women to create TikTok accounts to post his content, then stole all the money from the women. In no way is this trafficking or kidnapping. There is no evidence against him. Well, maybe the evidence was weak and case fell apart. Maybe the charges were BS. Or maybe he bribed somebody. BC, he's Teflon on top. G bye-bye. There is no evidence against him. Really looking forward to all the reasons why Tate is still guilty the Redditors on this sub will come up with when he will be judged not guilty if that happens.